Hey everybody, did you know we can officially say that FedNow rules? FedNow rules? Well, it's more like we have some official rules. And we're going to have some more rules on the way as things progress and keep moving along. However, on May 19th, the Federal Reserve Board finalized a rule that governs funds transfers over the Federal Reserve's FedNow service. And on June 6, the Federal Reserve Board issued a final rule governing funds transfers through the Fed's new FedNow service. Fed's new FedNow service. That's the upcoming interbank 24/7/365 real-time gross settlement service with integrated clearing functionality to support FedNow instant payments. Okay, that's their definition. It's fast payments. It's instant payments. It's awesome. We call it FedNow Instant Payments. And on October 1st, the new FedNow rules will take effect, and these rules will apply to all depository institutions, that's banks and credit unions, that choose to participate in the FedNow service. Well, just what are these rules? Sit back and relax because it's time to start our journey into the legal framework for FedNow. Understanding rules, regulations, the legal part of things is always important. The Federal Reserve's new rule, it amends Regulation J, which is also known as 12 CFR Part 210, which is widely known to the payments world to govern the collection and return of checks and FedWire transfers. It's done that for years. Well, now with the new rules, we're going to see that there's a new subpart, that's subpart C, that is being added to Regulation J to incorporate the FedNow service. Well, what does this really mean? The adding of this new subpart C to Regulation J, well, most importantly, what it does is it specifies the terms and conditions under which reserve banks will process FedNow transactions. Basically, it tells us about the parameters for how the Fed can work with FedNow instant payments. This new rule, it also grants the reserve banks the authority to be able to issue an operating circular for the FedNow service. I'm going to have some classes going over operating circulars coming real soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Our operating circulars, though, basically what they do is they provide the procedures and the processes for how the Fed follows the providing of products and services to the banking industries, or how they operate. A couple of other things I'd like to mention are that all of this is happening with the release of an amendment to Regulation J. Within the release, there's commentary from the Federal Reserve Board, and that commentary, it's great because it's there to help provide some explanation, even interpretation, as to why the board made the decisions that they made. It kind of lets you peek behind the curtain and see why they did what they're doing. This is all open to the public. If you want, you can go read it yourself. Or you can keep watching the videos and again hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos as I provide a real layman's term explanation and simplification of what we're seeing from that interpretation. That's way too much rhyming. Back to the regulation. Oh, he's doing it again. See, with these new Regulation J, what we're seeing is that it provides official commentary constituting the board's interpretation of the subpart. And it also makes technical corrections to subpart A and clarifying amendments to subpart B, which govern other payment channels, to reflect that the reserve banks will operate a second funds transfer service in addition to the FedWire fund service. See, subpart A and B, they apply to checks and FedWire, and our new subpart C, that's what's going to apply to FedNow instant payments. There is more to understanding the new rule, and I want you to know we're going to go into more detail on the regulatory landscape for the FedNow service that is Reg J and that it is creating for us. For now, hopefully you have a basic understanding of what Regulation J is, how it makes it possible for the creation of an operating circular, which will be specific to the FedNow service, and that there is commentary and there are explanations within Regulation J as to why things are being done the way they are being done. Please join us in our next class where we will go into more of what this new Regulation J rule is doing for the industry and more specifically for the FedNow service. And I want you to know, if there's a payments question you want answered, email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. We are here to make learning payments, well, fun, engaging, and entertaining, at least when we can. For now, class dismissed.